What's going on, boys? I am here, and I wanted to just quickly share my thoughts on the new world, the new meta that's developing because of the new world, plus just in general, what Konami has done with the new Vrain's world. A lot of people are asking me, Rye, do you like this new world update? And too long, didn't watch, don't want to watch the rest of the video. Yeah, I think this is the best. This is the best world Konami has ever actually released, and I'll talk about why in a little bit. But very quickly, before we get into all that, I wanted to talk about GG Tour. I just finished hosting GG Tour not too long ago and wanted to go over the results. You can see 228 total players, overwhelmingly Salmon Great. And when we go into the top cut, 14 Salmon Greats ended up topping. But I think this data is a little deceptive because once we got to the top 8, only 2 Salmon Greats actually made it to the top 8. And I think that's because of 2 reasons overall. One, an optimized Salmon Great build is very expensive and very selection box oriented. Book of Moon, White Princess, all these kind of old staples that we used to play in the previous meta are not very viable in this new meta, Floodgate, Trap Hole, etc., etc. As we get more and more Link archetypes, Salmon Great is just going to be better, better, and better, as well as any other Link archetype. And the back row is going to have to change because the flip down meta is finally coming at an end in Duel Links. Duel Links flip down meta has been alive since Canadia came out, and it's finally now dying. Rest in pieces. And the other thing is, I truly do believe that Salmon Great, while an extremely powerful deck, I do not think that it is, the so overpowered or so strong that it is the sole tier 1 deck. This definitely feels like a meta where you can kind of play anything at the optimized top level, and they're going to be in similar levels of strength. Salmon Great struggles very hard when it comes to high body monsters. Even, like, obviously, we saw with the Yazi with being untargetable, them having to have specific outs to that card. But even if it's just spamming, like DDD, just spamming a bunch of high-level bodies and trying to kind of get over that is very, very difficult for this deck. They have to put in quite a lot of effort. And until they can kind of figure out a way to circumvent that, the deck does struggle when it comes to taking down very strong monsters. So I'm actually very excited for this upcoming meta. Obviously we don't have enough tournament data yet to make any power rankings, but if I had to guess what the tier list kind of looks like, I think this is one of those metas where it's going to be very difficult to determine what's the difference between a tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 deck. Salmon Great right now you could say is a tier 1 deck just due to raw representation, but going from 14 to 2 in top 8 is not a lot of power ranking points. So realistically, you're probably going to have Salmon Great, Heroes, and then I guess maybe DDD, maybe Odd Eyes, and then like Rose Dragon. All those decks are going to be tier 1, and then tier 2 is going to be like everything else, and then there really isn't going to be much left for tier 3. Tier 3 is just going to be the rogue category, which is how I prefer to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, especially when it comes to Duel Links. I prefer that there be several tier 1 decks, and I do fully believe that as we enter this new metagame, there's going to be several tier 1 decks. It won't just be Salmon Great up at the top. The deck is just not putting up the proper numbers to be considered a sole tier 1. It is getting absolutely smashed by other decks, which is very exciting to see. We're also seeing a bunch of new back row enter the metagame, so that will definitely have an influence as well to the overall game state that we're in. Now, in terms of this being the best world ever that we've ever seen for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, I fully 100% believe this, because when you look at the worlds that we've seen so far, the ones that people reminisce about is like, Dark Side of Dimension, which Dark Side of Dimension had great cards, but that's because they just power crept the meta and just introduced new cards. The character skills, they were the characters themselves were there wasn't really that many bonuses. The game didn't really change that much. They just added more powerful cards. Another one is GX. People are like, oh my god, I love GX, but GX is really good because, again, they just added Cyber Angel, which is a powerful archetype that just power crept the game, and it was tier 0. You know what I mean? Vrains, it's like they added a new summoning mechanic. The summoning mechanic was used right away. When you look at Synchro or Xyz or Pendulum, we had to wait several months for that summoning mechanic to be like relevant. This is relevant right away. You can link summon right away and be relevant, which is super amazing. And it's not like, oh well, you have to use an anime skill to get there. No, it's just the cards themselves are that strong. On top of that, the world update itself is really good. You don't have to struggle that much to unlock your eighth extra deck slot. They gave us a free UR with the free 10 packs. Hopefully, that is a benefit and not a negative. If any time from here until the end of the year they give us one less dream ticket, we can go back here and be like, they gave us one less dream ticket because they gave us a UR here. Hopefully, that's not the case. They released a selection again, but yet again hit us with the limit 3 immediately on the selection, which is good. They should limit those selections right off the cuff when they release them. The animation quality, oh my god, the animation and the music is absolutely insane this patch. The new Link animations are really good. The fusion animations for Link Link characters are really good. The Xyz, the synchro are just chef's kiss. You can see that they put in a lot of effort when it came to the assets that they included in the game, and I'm really happy to see that. I really am. It really feels like they're paying extra attention to this Vrains update. And yeah, between the animation quality, the ease of access to play. Obviously, there's still issues like the gate farming. Yes, that's just a Duel Links issue. That's something that they need to address overall. The reason they don't want to give you like auto duel at the gate or anything like that is because they want you to buy those infinite use keys, right? So you can whale to farm your characters, which is annoying. And it's something that, I've never enjoyed the PvE aspect of Duel Links, and I really wish they just get rid of it so people can just get in and play the game and just play the game instead of just farming for hours. But it is what it is. The characters I'm very excited for. The decks I'm very excited for. I'm really excited that they actually made Links very powerful right off the cuff. And honestly, like I haven't really been playing Duel Links until recently. This new Vrains update made me want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links again. So it worked. Good job, Konami. I'm excited to see where this meta goes. I truly, truly, truly believe this is one of the most diverse metas we've had in a very long time. 4 unique decks in the top 4 in GG Tour. I want to see how it continues. Obviously, the meta has not settled yet. New back row is going to be discovered to try and counter Salamangreats, and other old decks are going to start coming up to the forefront. We've already had DDD win in MCS. Salamangreats won another a GG Tour, but they were versus Black Rose Dragon. Odd Eyes has been popping off like crazy. Honestly, if anyone tells you they know what the meta is right now, they're lying to you because this meta is so insane. Nobody knows what's going on. We need more tournament data. Make sure to watch the channel. That's where the tournament data is going to appear. I love you guys. What do you think? Is this the best world we've ever received? Do you enjoy this meta? Let me know down in the comments down below. If I had to give a score to this new world, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. There you go. Whew. Huge. I love you guys. Take it easy.